Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a boy Howdy campaign for you. Both rounds conquest tonight. Our first round going to be on the Farmland, followed up by the Valley map. Before we get into this, thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. So, with that being said, our regiments for today: on the CSA side, you have the 8th Virginia, the Evans Independent Brigade, the Kentucky Outlaws, 7th Louisiana, Army of Northern Virginia, 14th Tennessee, Archers Brigade, 7th South Carolina, 6th Arkansas, and the 1st South Carolina. Whereas on the Union side, you have the 3rd United States Horse Artillery, 2nd United States Rifles, Midwest Brigade, Stonewall Brigade, 2nd United States Sharpshooters, Eagles Brigade, Irish Volunteer Brigade, Hoax Brigade, and the 1st Minnesota. I will note, 14th Tennessee, 7th South Carolina, and 1st South Carolina all balanced from the CSA side to the Union side, so appreciate the help with the balance for that. Server pop as of tonight, it's currently 202 in balance. It's dead even. Absolutely a beautiful thing to see. Artillery-wise on this map, CSA is taking 14, Union has 11, so our infantry in balance is going to be 4, considering now Union's up by 1 overall. It's going to be 4 guys in favor of the Union in terms of infantry. Frontline reporters for today, representing our Union side, you have LaHacker from the Irish Volunteer Brigade, and then on the CSA side, you have Killer from the Army of Northern Virginia. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground while also seeing what is going on in the sky. And co-commentating with me tonight, we have Collector. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yo, I'm Collector. I'm the leader of the Irish Volunteer Brigade for the last 5 years or so, and the #1 War Rights Discord moderator. So,
well, there we go. So we're glad you're on. Has been a hot minute. Collector was one of the first people to at least co-commentate with me on this channel, but that broadcast never went up because the quality was dog crap, and I don't remember. Anyways, but
no fault of my own.
Of course, because you're the #1 Discord moderator. Anyways, Union chose to defend the B point. This conquest mode, normally how it works, you have 3 points of contention. Each side is trying to capture a majority of them. However, this event has it where the defending token gets to choose a point to start the map, and each side will fight over that point till the 25-minute mark. On this map, it's going to be the B point, and as mentioned, we'll fight over this till the 25-minute mark. In Conquest, whoever has a majority of the flagpoles will start dealing a ticket drain on your opponent. If you're up 1 flagpole, you're dealing 1 flagpole's worth. 2, you're dealing 2 flagpoles worth. 3, you're dealing 3 flagpoles worth. We'll also note that if each side has 1, for example, they cancel out, and no one's losing tickets from that. Anyways, Collector, in your opinion, how's each side want to play this map?
I think Union's gonna want to try and get a secure foothold in this forest and kind of use that for their advantage to later on in the match push up and take a free A site, while the CSA has to push across open field. But so I think Union's gonna be trying to be aggressive more than you would expect for a defensive map. Or defensive pick, I should say. So, we'll see. I think both sides are going to try and be aggressive here, it looks like. There was some good opening artillery duels, and we're set up for a clash right here in this forest. 2 sides are, like, right next to each other.
Indeed. Union. I'm a little surprised Union picked this point, just because CSA's going to be able to get there a little quicker. Surprised they didn't pick that C point, but maybe they don't want to fight in the corn, who knows. But, yeah, I agree with you. Union's got to take control of this woods. It's really the only place on map with cover. At least good cover. I don't know if you want to argue if Miller's Cornfield has good cover, but yeah.
Probably not. Concealment, not cover.
Yes. The Union then can obviously push to A point, as you mentioned, and they also have kind of a quick access to the B point, but CSA get a cap, and we're off.
It was good for CSA. They were ready. They had a plan to go cap the point first. Union didn't really look like they had a plan, or at least the unit that they were going to send, EB, just kind of were jerking off back there? I'm not quite sure. I know, to be fair, the CSA spawns a little bit closer.
Yeah, it's...
There goes EB, it looks like, to try and take the flag right now.
Yeah, they're sending a couple of guys up to decap.
Real contention.
So, I mean, they should be able to get it, but again, most of the fighting's still in the woods. Union does outnumber CSA, but not like they would necessarily know that. Fairmont and artillery is mentioned as well. We're having fun over here.
The 7th South Carolina sharpshooters just east of the B point. They have like free kills right now if they realize what was going on.
Union's starting to push up on the wood line a little bit. 2nd U.S. Sharps, 14th Tennessee pushing up, getting close on Archer's brigade.
People decapping on point are also getting pushed.
However, they will get that decap, which is good for them. CSA also bring up that flag.
This is pretty good for the Union. You're drawing them out into the open now.
I mean, not a whole lot.
They just need to exploit it.
I mean, CSA's playing smart. They're not sending a whole lot trying to cap the point because, like you mentioned, it's wide open. But yeah, Union needs to send maybe a couple more infantry.
Great artillery strike on point.
Or do that as well.
Ooh, another one. It only killed a few, but Captain Decoys, you have a very loud dog.
Let's go.
Respectfully.
So CSA is going to get that B point back, and I mean, yeah, Union's drawing into the open, but even if CSA has the flagpole for a minute or two, I mean, Union's already down on tickets, and there hasn't been a whole lot of action so far.
Alright, let's go break loads. Back here, back over.
But
a good artillery strike. Yeah, CSA is playing this really well right now. I mean, just holding back. You don't really have to do a whole lot. You control the point.
Let them die.
Friendly's on point. Friendly's on point. Friendly's on point.
To the right.
When it comes to Union to decapping it, it's just going to be this round. It's just nobody's actually seriously defending. Just a stalemate in the woods and then endless back and forth. Be pretty funny.
at least for the next 10 minutes, yeah. Union sending a fair amount more out, though.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here's an actual confrontation, it looks like. TKO.
Get the flag up and then get off of it, Crawford. Yeah.
I don't understand why EB is just kind of grouped up around the flag. They didn't really form a line. They just kind of clumped up and let themselves get kind of owned on there.
Yep. You never want to really do that.
If they formed in a line, I mean, one, they wouldn't have all died to that artillery shot, and two, they would have, you know, could have put up some organized resistance against TKO. Although I guess when you're just going to fall back anyways, it's not a huge thing, but...
Right. Holy crap, Union's
like,
almost done
little
half
stuff
more
like that is why Union is losing more tickets. You know, when you're in such a close battle like this, those little tiny mistakes are going to add up, and it's kind of happening to all the Union regiments right now, it looks like.
You'd think with the...
in the woods.
You think with the Union, or you would think CSA's defending this map. You would have think CSA picked that B point, not Union.
Yeah.
I don't get the decision from Union to want to pick this B point. CSA just walks right out again. The thing is that CSA, where TKO's holding, they got a defilade here, where they're keeping their flag back, and it's pretty close to the point. It's honestly the closest defensible position to the next to the point, anyways. So, And I mean, Union already...
This is interesting. This is not a fight I would want to be in as the Union. Just a stalemate in the woods. You gotta try something pretty soon, I'm thinking.
I mean,
Gotta have a plan here. If this keeps going south. Literally.
Because once we get to the 25-minute mark, I mean, if CSA can keep control of the B point for the most part, CSA for sure is going to get A point, and then Union's going to get the C point, so it still kind of comes down to this middle point, and Union's just outright losing that. Union's getting a little close to the CSA line in the woods, or maybe it's the inverse. SB is charging into A and V, and here we go.
Good charge. Let's see if the rest of the Union team does it.
If you notice your friendlies charging in the woods, you gotta go in the system.
IBB A and V, that's Irish on Irish.
Right here, right
Pretty
here.
close.
Swat these boys out!
Fuck yeah, Hacker. That's our
Pull that flag.
frontline reporter right there.
Keep pushing, keep pushing.
I got the flag!
That was a good push by the Union. If they could wipe out this last little group, they'll be in business. Right now, they're unnoticed, though. Look at EB. They're just lurking in these woods.
Union already is overshooting there. Yeah, Union's one of the ones that got a
Do you see
CSA
that?
flag down.
Do you see the CSA unit? They're just lurking. Oh,
7 delays now charge. Oh yeah.
Here they come now.
Union should be able to hold this.
I don't know. This is closer than it has any right being. CSA might win this. Wow, CSA's got some holding back.
I mean, Union, good on them. They're keeping their flags up. Flag discipline's important. And they're doing a good job of
on
that.
CSA unit of having the timing discipline to hide back. I mean, that worked out really well for them. They didn't win, but they got damn close.
They
Got
did.
a lot of tickets there.
They lost a flag, though, which CSA's down 2 flags. Union did, though, eventually do something else, which is always good to see. But
All right, now the Union has the good position. They need to exploit it while they can. They need to get their numbers back up, I know, but you can't let this stall out into nothing. They have the advantage. They got to push it. I mean, if, you know, can't let that main CSA group get back into the woods.
yeah, I agree with that. I mean, those flags, they got a 5-minute despawn timer on it. You don't want to give them...
The Union attack is just stalling right now, you know. If they have material advantage, they should push. CSA have buck and ball?
I don't know that off the top of my head. I don't know the regiments that they have,
It's-
so...
Looks like most of them have 50.
Union's starting to push forward. Union gets that decap, they're about to hit engage.
No buck and ball on either team.
So,
Here we go. Union finally coming in on this flank attack.
yeah, you got 6 Arkansas kind of in the woods on their own. Midwest Brigade's getting in with them. And 6 Arkansas is gonna kind of half retreat here. And I mean, maybe we'll see Union start to come back. Union is starting to cap on that B point as well. CSA down 2 flags. Union, as you mentioned, they just got to keep up with the pressure. I mean, if you get 2 CSA flags down, you see some more, you know your team most likely outnumbers them. So they need to push.
Yeah, it's been a little slow. Alright, here we go. Looks like CSA's finally pulling off. So Union's going to have full control over this B point. They just got to, you know, realize that and set up good defenses here. So worried. Yeah, they're going to get flanked on the right in the woods, and I don't think they're going to have an answer for it.
I almost wonder if the Union was waiting until the closer to the 25-minute mark to push in, because we're kind of getting to that point where the other 2 points, the A and C point, open up, and Union might want to, because right now, CSA flags are down. They're down for another 2-3 minutes, but now Union kind of has easier access to the A point while CSA flags are down. So maybe that's what they were trying to think.
Just getting aggressive here. Yeah.
They don't have their flag, so again, if guy dies, he has to spawn main.
Quite a run. But CSA is like consolidated right now. Union very spread out.
I think I just saw a buck and ball shot from a CSA guy. At least it looked like it with the pellets shooting out.
SB is just holding back here for some reason. They don't even have shots. I don't understand that positioning.
Maybe they're just holding on the
Looks like
CSA
the
flags,
US.
trying to keep them down. Union, some Union.
HB charging a much larger Confederate unit.
Yeah, but they'll have their flags
No
though.
reason.
Union hits engage. CSA
Why
closely
would
to
they
follow
charge
though.
alone? Oh, now here WB comes in and support. IBB's holding back here, shooting while the rest of the friendlies charge. If you're gonna make a mistake like charging, you should all do it together.
Numbers decides a lot of things in this game.
Absolutely. And then you have SB just fat chilling back here.
I would.
I don't understand that. It feels like the Union's very disorganized, right?
I really feel like SB's sitting back there just to make sure CSA doesn't run right through and get their flags, even though it's very unlikely CSA would do that in the first place.
Union won the attack on the right?
CSA didn't have respawns.
Did I miss that? That's crazy. Yeah, but look how many people are on that fence. They could have mopped that up if TKO had realized.
That's true. That's very, very true. So CSA hits engaged.
Basically, I was shit talking that charge, but that was well executed in the end.
EB at the triple.
It's like you're watching
the entire ticket deficit.
It's like you're watching a football game and someone goes for 4th down, and you're like, oh, you know, that's a dumb decision, and then they get the 1st down. It's like, okay, maybe not. But Eagles Brigade for Union is heading to that C point. Meanwhile, does CSA have a group going to the A point? CSA flags have
Is Union
despawned.
smart enough to realize that they can capture the other points?
Yeah, Union's heading there.
EB.
EB's heading there.
EB's about to clash with EIB. Huh.
Who's better?
Who is better? We're gonna find out. I think EB is gonna get there first. They're gonna get lulled into a false sense of security and then get killed when they're planting the bomb.
By the 4 EIB guys. No shot,
Yeah.
you just slipped that in. It took a moment to register. It calls for a
They're
case.
gonna add cases.
Not yet, not yet.
Hey, the devs talked about wanting to raise more money. There's a lot of cosmetic stuff for character customization in this game. That's all I'll say. Yeah.
So true.
So that's probably one of the surprising things is that they have the leveling system in this game, and it's to like block newer players from getting officer at least immediately, so that they can try to figure out the game before taking officer. That makes sense. But you have all these cosmetics. They should put those behind levels too, because outside of unlocking the early ranks of like flag bearer, artillery, and officer, outside of that, there's no real reason to upgrade your level or worry about it unless you want the Lamont, which you need to get level 54, but that's going to take a crap ton of time. So,
Very true. That would be a neat thing to see.
although I assume a lot of people wouldn't like it, but
Yeah, I mean, there's always a give and take, right?
right. I think it'd be for the benefit. But anyways, what were you going to say?
While we're in this lull, I just want to say CSA artillery has been massively outshooting the USA artillery this duel the whole time. I think USA artillery is mostly focused on enemy infantry, and I think CSA has been 100% counter battery, so that kind of makes sense.
No shot.
But I saw CSA hit a few good shots, so it looks like I was wrong.
If they haven't flipped the gun, counter battery, I don't like it at all.
While you were doing your introduction, I watched a salvo of CSA artillery kill like 8 Union artillerists. There were 3 Union artillerists alive after the salvo. It was crazy.
Interesting. All right, I guess they're a good shot then. Union's charging those CSA
It was
already.
a good duel.
I guess they're hearing what you're saying, and they're going to try to take them
Gotta
out.
get the boys off the guns.
A lot of
All
Unions
right.
charging them, though, which
Ooh,
may...
Valken wins the duel.
Kill him second. They got their officer. Let's go. Easy pickings.
Get into him, second. Get into him.
What's happening on this C bomb site?
Thank you. Kill him. Keep going. Kill that officer.
EIB waiting their turn.
You
They don't have
know,
a flag. They can just decap.
you know how ahistorical like a CSGO game mode would be in this, where like the attacking or terrorist team would have to raise a flagpole? That would be...
Dude, I'm telling you, the second the map editor comes out, I'm making Dust 2.
15 years down the line. Anyways, the Union
Dust
that
2 in war, bro.
held in the woods, you got HB and IVB trying to hold. A and V is
Ooh.
charging into IVB. Oh my goodness.
Why does Union have so much in reserve?
Union sent a lot of guys towards that
Look at
CSA
14th
already.
Tennessee. They're just on B point, not doing anything.
Yeah, it's a little confusing, right? You got some Union back there. I'm mostly confused why Union sent more than half their team to CSA already. I think that's the bigger issue there, more than
that was
14th
also a
Tennessee.
blunder.
Like, you don't need to send all those guys to artillery. Again, I mean, it looks like Eagles Brigade came from the C point. And at the C point, CSA's decapping
Oh, yep, there we go.
those EIB guys. One
can
Union guy is
Raven
going to
do
try to
here?
stop them.
Raven. violates the ramboing rule, instantly gets killed for it.
Hey, I guess that happens, you know?
The rest of EIB is now aware of what's going on.
But
See if they can stop it. But
we should at least get the decap for the moment. CSA's down half a stage. HB is the last union. Oh, I guess some IVB guys are there. They got their flag still, so...
They're east, southeast, IVB.
Well, that's good on IVB's part for keeping their flag up.
They got C. We gotta.
But I'm intrigued to see the
Comes Killer.
overreaction. The reaction from
there's Killer on
Union.
the right. Killer dies. Killer dies to... Oh, God.
Abe got buck and ball. AV's got buck and ball. I can
They
see
do
the
have buck and
pellets.
ball. ANV knows. They know the power of buck and ball.
And now they're charging.
Fight it out. Hold, boys.
Oh, there they go.
Shoot this fucker.
That was a great job of ANV kind of weaving through the woods there. You know, from one rock to another, just kind of humping it up. Not being spotted until they were right on top of the Union. Just able to overwhelm them with numbers there.
However, it looks like Union got a flag or all their flags out. Props to them, Dixie, Merc for HB, who's in CQB, getting one of those flags out. So that's huge. Flag discipline in this mode is one of, if not the most important things. Obviously, you need to capture the points with the flag pulls, but also with a big map like this, you want to spawn your guys. Also, again, Union has half their team sitting at the A point, or sorry, the CSARD. What is the significant
How
importance
shifty
of this?
these EIB guys are in the cornfield. They're just waiting for Union to cap so they can go recap.
It's a good idea.
Decap. It is.
I mean, to Union's credit,
oblivious to it.
Union's not really over-correcting to defend the point. So I guess good on Union there as well. But
Union needs to reconsolidate, otherwise they're going to lose the B point.
Union just doesn't need to have half their team sitting on CSARD.
I mean, look how spread out the Union team is on this right side.
It's because they got barely anybody. There's nobody. There's, and I mean, if Union should have a golden
I don't understand
opportunity
how
right
they're
now.
just sitting here. They don't understand. You need to do something. You can either push up to the A point, or you need to go help on the B point. They're just sitting on the artillery, which really does nothing. I
Yeah.
mean, they're being reactionary, but they need to take some initiative.
Wait,
Fix
no,
your
never
bayonets,
mind.
fix your bayonets, are coming.
CSA now
They're
popping
gonna
out of the
get
woods.
steamrolled on the right.
Yep. A&V is out front there. You got some Archer Brigade guys with them. They're not taking their shots and charging in on the mixer groups who are Union near B.
One of the 3 Union groups from the artillery is moving to help.
Might be a little late though.
3 groups.
Union gets the C back. The question is for how long? CSA wins the charge by B, getting down a
Assault
Union
B
flag.
comes out.
And yeah, who is this moving over now? First Minnesota. You got second U.S. Sharps. Again, Union still has
Later,
too many on
Power
this
Short.
point. Like Midwest or SB, preferably Midwest, can maybe stay on CSRD. Union does not need this many guys over here. There's no significant point there. It's bad.
Look in the cornfield. Is Kerosene gonna find EIB? How close he is.
That's the true mystery of this round.
Oh no, he turns around. You were so close.
And now A&V is starting to pressure this B point. Ninja in front, dodging and weaving shots.
I put my bayonet on.
Oh, there he goes. Rip. Officer got him. Killer's now up here.
Fuck that Killer guy, man.
Well, he died, so I guess you got what you want.
Oh, he shot me.
So, Union, all things considered, are holding it. It looks like CSA only sent out a small force to, I guess, try to
In the
decap,
middle,
but
though. In the middle, they're putting pressure on the artillery now.
which I do not. It's almost like we're playing hooker's push here. You got SB charging into TKO on the south of that CSARD, which
It's
SB
very
is
strange.
getting killed here. Again, Union's fighting over a non-existent point.
Oh no. Hold on, boys.
This isn't contention.
No, they're
TKO
about.
holds.
They're fixing to get overwhelmed here on this B point.
The
I
fact
mean, Confederates are working on a total encirclement.
that Union still has a 2-1 lead right now in flagpoles is insane. CSA aren't taking losses.
Well,
See,
Union's about to lose all their flagpoles. How's it going in the corn?
About face.
About face, break your loads, about face.
Oh, this is about to be a clash. Clash of the 6 people. Look how close they are to each other.
meta defining. I will say,
Honestly, they
No.
missed each other.
props to EIB though, right? Generally, how you
They
want to play
missed each other.
Conquest is you send a small force to cap or try to decap your opponent's safe point. You send the rest of your team to attack the middle point, and then you send some guys to defend your safe point, right? CSA is sending 4 EIB guys over, and they're keeping double or triple the amount of guys near C point, which is helping relieve pressure from the CSA for the rest of the field. I mean, it's just smart taxes from CSA. Union is not sending anybody to try to decap that
Oh
A
my
point,
God,
and so
these
CSA
EV
doesn't even
guys
have to
aren't
defend it.
looking. They're all gonna get killed by this officer.
Where they're all consolidated. Artie's fucking.
The officer didn't see him. What? What? Oh, there we go. The guy yapping and gave him away. Crawford.
I think Union's
Gotta keep it to
defending.
Discord.
Union's defending the CSA artillery so hard is because they have Union artillerists on there.
Dude, look at this battle. Union wins it in the corn. Holy shit. By 1 man.
Fighting on B, though, has been going on for a hot minute. CSA about to get the decap. Union charging out to try and stop it. CSA flag down on point. And they get the decap, so it at least stops the ticket drain.
Oh, IVB just got slaughtered in the woods to the right while that happened.
CSA, good flag discipline getting that out of there. Union flag still down to the
That
south-southwest of
artillery would
B.
have been a great shot, like 30 seconds to killer.
And Gareth.
Survives. Gets the artillery kill. Gets the artillery kill? That didn't make any sense. Does not get killed by artillery. Gets a kill with the sword. Look at him. I'd kiss him. I'd kill him. What I meant to say.
Is this like that trend where it's like kiss, kill, marry?
I was taking a drink of my beer and then he just fucking exploded. But yeah.
Oh, I missed it. Well, at least the Frontline view got it, I suppose. You can see his death screen.
I was like staring at his face with my camera and then he just explodes. As I'm talking about how I want to kiss him. I was great. No, I want to kill him.
Second U.S. Sharp, Sally's shooting from a distance. CSA is making another push with a flag to get that B point, but I mean, Union's up by 3/4 of a stage. They're somehow still in this fight.
I was about to say, I feel like Union's doing a lot more wrong.
I think
They're still winning.
they won that charge in the woods early on in the match, which that was huge for
Yeah,
Union. Took down
that
CSA
was
flags out of the fight. CSA has
just
played
having
very
the
cautious
points.
since.
Yeah. May have been too cautious, sir.
I mean, we'll see.
Very cautious.
CSA has plenty of time to at least get the tickets even. Maybe take a lead. Who knows?
Tickets.
Tickets.
Just killing the woods.
Union already pounding from many directions on that B point. I mean, I guess props to Union for holding down that CSA already. I mean, Union's pounding on both sides on the B points, making it really difficult for CSA to actually fully cap the point. So, I mean, maybe Union fully holding that CSA. I don't think Union needed that as many guys at CSA already, which they still kind of have a lot, but I guess
Yeah.
if it's with the idea of we're going to take both arty groups, pound the point, prevent CSA from ever getting a chance to cap the point, and then eventually move in to retake it.
It is nice to have mid control because you're like denying them C and providing a good strong outreach to B while also simultaneously you're putting pressure onto A point. So Confederacy can't move anybody away from A. You know, from this mid, they always have to have a force mid, otherwise Union would take up and flank them. So I kind of don't mind having mid control. I just would have liked to see them be a little bit more reactionary.
This calls for a
Or,
case.
you know, it does. I like cases.
So,
Like put up more of a defense on B. Like IVB just got wiped in the woods.
It almost feels like
Confederacy
Union's
is trying
outnumber
to encircle it
CSA.
again.
CSA still has 14 guys on artillery,
Here
which
comes
is
IVB
really
in the
surprising.
again.
Yeah, I mean, CSA at this point, they need to keep a small force like they have defending A, but the rest of them got to group up and charge B or C. But it looks like we're going to have a charge in the woods here. That Union flag south of B despawned.
Why did that guy not kill street me?
Oh,
What am I watching in the woods?
He's charging with his sword. A couple missed shots.
No.
And he gets the flag.
Did you get him or did I?
And here comes CSA charging in now. Union's got to protect that flag.
IVB, what are we doing? We're winning.
Someone's saying 9:45 we charge B. I don't know if that's one of my frontline views or in game. Now you got 6 Arkansas getting good shots on IVB. And they should be able to sweep the rest of IVB up. IVB falling back.
Don't run. Stay
Fucking
here.
Urgle.
We'll take care of the flag.
Someone trying to unequip their
Unfix
bayonet.
What the hell, hacker?
That's what you do in a charge.
You died at traitors. I watched him dying with his back turned to the enemy last life, too.
Wow.
Disgraceful.
So all I'm hearing is that you're demoting someone tonight.
Quite possible.
So, I mean, CSA's taking the woods. They got a Union flag down. When are they going to try to take B? I know it's difficult for them. Maybe they should just try to go for C with the large force. Who knows? Might leave A open. But CSA's got to do something at this point because, I mean, it's almost a
Time
morale
is
stage difference.
Ticking down. Morale stage. Quite a big difference.
14th Tennessee
Look at
is going to the A
14th
point.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing the good work here. Something Union should have been doing a while ago, but you know, at least they're doing it now. All things considered, though,
Well, here comes the push to B site.
for the amount of critique, at least I'm giving Union here, I mean, they're winning, and they're winning by a lot, so you really can't complain too much, but obviously you don't want to leave a mistake or a window for
No.
mistake. Anyway.
I can't wrap my brain around how the Confederacy's losing.
They're playing way too cautious.
Yeah.
CSA's also got to spread out a little more. I mean, A and V's really, I know they're not on point, but they're very bunched up here. They got to spread out so that artillery doesn't wreck them all. But they should at least now be able to get the V point. Maybe.
Might be day late, dollar short. Oh, they got a flank coming in for the C point now too. So, Confederacy could flip this on its head if they trigger a counterattack, right?
Yes, they could. Although that group going to C doesn't have a flag, so they couldn't capture all 3 points, even if they wanted to try. 14th Tennessee is on the
Generational
doorstep at
fumble.
A. I don't think CSA notices that 14th Tennessee is behind them. It's TKO holding. And now TKO is leaving, heading towards the B point.
Oh, the timing is crazy.
14th Tennessee does not have a flag. They just need to...
That timing is crazy.
And they should be able to get that decap,
Wow.
which, for all the work we saw for CSA trying to get this B point, it doesn't matter in a second as Union is going to get a decap on A. It really feels like CSA's outnumbered. Numbers are even. And that's the crazy part, too.
And they both have the same amount on artillery.
I think we should push this out, yeah. I think we should push it out. We have Artie support. Yeah,
So CSA gets that B point. Now they're pushing up to Union Arty. I mean, at this point, the only way CSA has a shot is by capturing all 3 points. They would deal 3 flag pull worth, but more importantly, as Collector maybe mentioned, a counterattack would start. And it's a 3-minute goal timer. The team that is down 3 flag pulls has to counterattack and either capture one of the points or neutralize 2 of the points to end it within the 3-minute mark. Once the goal timer hits 0, it doesn't matter if you're decapping or raising a flag, the game will end. So 3 minutes is not a lot of time considering that a decap or a recap takes 30 seconds exactly. But CSA charged through, they get Union Arty. Union should hit taking losses any second. 14th Tennessee got the decap and they're out.
Colt. There's my boy Colt pushing up, carrying down that disgusting, ugly Confederate flag. Bradley If you're watching, that thing looks terrible. I'm sorry.
The CSA flag?
You can't help it.
West
It's
is
just
friendly.
the stars and
Help me,
bars.
help
What
me,
would
help
they
me.
think?
Taxi, buy me some time. Buy me some time. Get your pistol out.
And I mean, this is going to be a huge decap by EB here. Nicely done by them. First Minnesota, a couple of guys there. TKO, who was at A, is
Just in
now
the
charging
nick of
into
time
B.
before that
On the left.
charge.
And
CSA has no points now.
yep, Union's still dealing
Though
with
they
a ticket
did
loss.
win the skirmish on C, so there's going to be no points gapped here in a second.
Oh my goodness. A rarity in this mode. The CSA should get B in a second. I mean, this, honestly, with the amount of guys Union put at CSA already, this is what I was expecting, but a lot earlier in the round. So,
I could see a world where Union gets down to breaking.
it's going to be
and,
tight.
Like, just at the very start of breaking. And CSA has, like, a sliver of breaking left. Like, this is still losable for the Union. Well, I guess it'd be tied.
Yeah,
It would be
the
tie,
Union
right?
can't lose at this point unless a counterattack happens.
Yeah. Like, a tie is still very within reach of the Confederacy.
They've got to be quick, though, and they got to start capturing points. I mean, there's no Union near C for the at least moment. I mean, you got a fair amount of Union moving out of main spawn. I don't know if they have a flag. CSA, TKO, they're moving back to the A point and also the B point. CSA is going to get a 2-flag pull lead potentially in a
CSA
second.
has too many people just sitting back in the woods. They gotta man up.
Time is of the
Assault
essence.
to B, and I think just hold it. If you just hold that fence on B and send a unit to shore up your right flank at A, that's your best shot. But they won't get the opportunity, doesn't look like.
5 minutes left. A lot of Union. That's the thing, right? I mean, it makes sense why Union has CSA already like this, but man, a lot of guys not on the point. And CSA is taking the B point. TKO is moving over to the A point. I don't know if they're trying to find 14th Tennessee or not, but they need to get a cap because every second matters at this point for CSA. And 14th Tennessee should try. I know they're trying to wait for TKO to get the cap and then leave, but at this point in the round, I would go in if I'm them because you're just trying to prevent you from hitting into breaking, which honestly, 4.5 minutes, I don't know how likely it is that Union actually gets down to breaking because they're not dropping
They're
at all.
just not losing any tickets. I mean, CSA is
start-
playing way too passive.
The start of the bars,
too
though,
passive.
the start of the bars don't move down as quickly when you hit a numerality. Just like the bars are wider than what we see
Right.
for whatever reason. And now you got Eagles Brigade sending a flag to C, so CSA is only going to have a 1-flag pull lead. 14th Tennessee engaging on A. I really like that from them. They're going to prevent the cap, at least for a moment. They might win. We'll see. TKO looks caught off guard.
Wow, this is close to a counterattack getting triggered.
It's not happening. Union's about to get
Happening
C.
against C.
Union's in the corner. They're going to get it.
Yeah, Confederacy doesn't have a flag.
So TKO beats 14th Tennessee. Maybe distracted it for a couple more seconds. Union is capturing C. 3.5 minutes left. You got a Union group moving towards the A point, though. Midwest Brigade. With the flag, too.
I don't know. Counterattack would have been huge if they had diverted more forces. Like they have.
They're sending
CSA
a
has
group.
so many forces in the woods doing nothing. If they had
A&V's going to
like
C.
10 more guys and a flag going to C, they would have won.
A&V's going right now. They've got 3 minutes to do it. And, I mean, TKO has to hold at A against Midwest Brigade. Union is not even trying at the B point at the current moment. So,
I like IVB's flank in the woods. If they push up right now and exploit that.
if they don't have a
Huge.
flag, they're not going to do a whole lot. They might get a couple of kills, but, I mean, I guess we'll see.
They do have a flag.
Midwest Brigade gets slaughtered charging into TKO. Great shots from them on the A point, and Midwest falls back with the flag. So CSA's got that. Union
69 is holding.
Union is making a push towards the B point from the CSA already, and then you got A and V going to C. Which CSA needs a counterattack to win. The CSA in the woods, there's not a whole lot of them. They need to make sure they don't lose that B point. A and V is about to collide with EB on C. A and V does outnumber by a little bit.
I got him.
IVB just sitting back and volleying and just gave away their flank.
A&V started the decap. They won handily there in the core, and a couple more Union guys going in, not a whole lot there. Meanwhile, Union's getting a decap on the B point. CSA in the woods need to charge out and defend the point. I get you're trying to get shots and kills, but the only shot you have a chance of winning is by capturing all 3 points.
I think IVB distracted him. I was talking shit because I wanted them to charge, but that was a great volley in the back to stop them in their spot.
I guess, but the CSA guys, I don't know if they would have been able to...
7th LA leader. I can hear him talking again. They don't even realize that they should have defended the B point. Like, they didn't even cross their mind.
They're defending the B point by
they
sitting
were.
and shooting, but they're not charging it out. They had to hold the point, and by sitting and shooting, sure, you're going to get kills, but Union is just going to be able to respawn guys.
To win. Wow.
So, anyways, Collector, Union's going to take a dub here. What are your thoughts? At least, I don't think Union's going to get the break in the next 45 seconds, but what are your thoughts of the round?
Both sides did their best to not win, but Union did it better. Or wait, CSA did it better.
But they lost.
What did I just say? I don't remember.
The greatest broadcast. Now they're charging in the B.
I'm trying to make, but it was just sloppy play by the Union at first, but then they kind of reeled it in. They locked in, and I don't think CSA ever fully recovered from getting wiped in the woods. At least mentally, like getting all on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, it was a kind of a slow start for Union. It was kind of like, why'd you pick the B point? But they eventually charged through. They wiped CSA completely, and then for the rest of the game, CSA played very cautious, and only towards the end did the CSA start picking up the pace a little bit. And I mean, a lot of Union held on CSA artillery, and CSA could have exploited it, but they played too passive, whether intentionally or not. They were close at the end. They maybe could have gotten a counterattack, maybe, I don't know. Even if the 7th LA and I think AB would have tried to hold the B point at the end, they were kind of outnumbered, and Union already as well. Regardless, Union won the match, and in the end, that is all that matters. So, we'll see you all shortly for round number 2. And here we are with the start of our second round. Valley, mind you, the point that we are fighting over until the 25-minute mark is the C point, and the CSA decided to choose that point. Server pop for our second round, it's 2-12. Inbalance is 6 towards the CSA side. Artillery-wise, CSA has 14. Union has 13, so our 7-man imbalance is now a 6-man infantry imbalance in favor of the CSA side. Anyways, Collector, you got any thoughts for our Valley map here?
No. I think C point fighting over that is interesting. Obviously, it's the furthest away of all 3 points, so kind of makes sense. It's the hardest one to capture, but CSA getting there way early with most of their men.
It makes sense as they picked it, but it looks like outside of some skirmishers for Union who sent a flag, it looks like most of their team went center, and maybe they're going to try to charge CSA already or just collapse in the side of the whole CSA team.
I'm going to be honest, Unk over here, I don't know that I've ever played this map in this game mode before.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was telling you this beforehand, but for those watching, I haven't seen Schoolhouse Ridge in a month, and I saw it on Sunday, I saw it on Wednesday, and now we see it today in Conquest form. It's funny how that works. Anyways,
he just got eviscerated.
Union is doing the important thing here. They're not fighting over the point. They're charging the artillery, which, again, right? I never mentioned last round. It kind of hinted at the most important thing in this game mode is the points of contention. It does a shootout, a charge will not compare to the amount of tickets you're going to lose from being down capture points, and at least consistently. But
out of curiosity, Eagle, what is the ticket drain for one point?
It's a good question. That's it's for the Mythbusters episode that we're not going to do.
All right. I used to know, which is what bothers me, but I never played the game mode, so I don't remember. It's like a morale stage in 16 minutes, I think.
Oh. Normally what I've seen from this event, if a team holds a flagpole from the beginning of the round to the 25-minute mark. They knock their opponent down a morale in 3/4 of a stage or 2 morale stages.
Damn.
So
I was thinking it might be meta to not fight over the initial point, but like put yourself in a position to insta-cap the other 2 points.
which Union has that window to do. B and A is kind of open for them at this
But
point, but you
gotta
have to
wait
play
12
perfect.
Minutes.
Right.
Yeah, you have to play perfect, and you're going to be fighting from a ticket imbalance.
Yep.
You got to hope that you can defend those 2 points to make up for it, and not get fucked.
Yeah.
Wait, am I allowed to say?
Yep.
Yeah, fail.
Today we're finding out what YouTube loves and doesn't love. We're taking it to the extreme here. Or right.
So, in 2020 in Minneapolis,
Oh my.
Minnesota,
Whoa. Oh my.
my uncle was promoted to lieutenant colonel. There you go. He lives in Minneapolis, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah. All my family's from Minnesota, except for my parents moved to Nebraska.
Great coin skate.
The best corn state. We're way better than Iowa.
You heard it here. Let's pull up the football scores from the last couple of years.
Speaking of Minnesota, first Minnesota's very isolated up here on the road. They're
They
the
are.
only unit. They're kind of paying for that aggression. I think the Union team is doing what I kind of alluded to earlier, with they're not really playing for the site.
It's happened before. I've seen it numerous times where the team will just not engage for the first part of the round.
Honestly, kind of smart here. C point is a great defensive position. They got the hill right there, anchoring the left side. You got the the hill and the stream anchoring your right side. I mean, that's just a great defensible point for the Confederacy. I wouldn't assault it.
In the woods, you got A&V, EIB pushing up, and there's some Union units out here. 2nd U.S. Sharps and some 2nd
I
U.S.
like
regulars.
Killer's aggression because it works on like 90% of the regiments in this event. But also, if I was playing, I would punish Killer's aggression so hard right now by pushing up.
But
I wish IDB had like 50 guys and could just kill A&V right now. If Union had not held back and retreated there, if they had like swarmed that one advanced unit, they could have taken out Killer. But Killer knows that they're not going to do that. He just exploit it.
that's what the devs should do. Lower the game to $20. I don't know for an average person if this game is worth $30. It's worth 15 because a fair amount of people get it during sales. I wonder though.
True. Here's 7th, coming up with the flank in the water, getting their toes wet. Did they get spotted?
Yeah, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if it really matters a whole lot.
Oh yeah, that
Union's not
flag
pushing.
gave them up.
How dare the flag bearer be there?
I know.
They should have just never taken a flag in the first place.
So horrible.
But oh,
This round's just kind of stalled out. Very different from last round, where you had a lot of moving around, a lot of action. A&V's doing some.
I mean, it's A&V.
Fun
What do you
stuff.
expect? This is
I love Killer.
A&V's speciality.
I hate Killer.
A&V knows, and they're going to charge you. My goodness, they're pushing up center. I don't think they're going to charge. They're probably just going to hold on this creek. But again, wouldn't surprise me if they went in. We're going to see what Killer does, and he's going.
Yeah, A&V is about a steamroll.
And he got dropped.
Point, where point would be, if this was actually.
Got more Union reinforcements starting to stroll up. Union's almost down to engage, so
Here comes IDB in. It's the Irish on the Irish here.
A&V's Irish?
Come on, give me some pistol ammo if you want.
Yeah,
Huh.
originally. That was their whole thing back in the day.
Come here, Johnny
On the
Reb.
right, on the right, on the right.
7th LA now reinforcing, kind of everybody pouring.
Come here, Johnny Reb. I want to kill 3 of your friends.
And
CSA, good flag discipline.
for sure. They might just outright win this too. Unit assault's kind of spread out.
Stalin.
Here.
Go home, Billy.
So
See
the
Packer
thing
here
is
familiar
that
with this pistol.
7th LA, they're sitting there, nice
Packer's on
spot.
like 3 kills, 4 kills, 5 kills.
7th LA was in a nice spot. They didn't charge in, which Union had 2 flags there. They're gonna get 2 guys in every 5 seconds. You got to get those flags.
Ooh, look at the tickets though. I mean,
Yep. I mean, when
A&B
did
some
CSA
great
cap?
work in those woods.
CSA capped at like the 39-minute mark, right?
Yeah. Well, but I think it was mostly A and B just kind of mopping them up in the wood.
I
That charge was great. They got so many
I don't-
skirmishing.
I think the flags loss was the biggest part in Union loss. Let me pull up the VOD here. When did CSA cap?
Jamie, pull that up.
All right, 38 minutes and 4 seconds is when CSA first clap. Obviously, A&V charging is going to deal some damage to the Union, but I reckon it's
you're
probably
right.
9-10
A&B
minutes.
Sucks, so it's probably
True,
not that
true.
big of a difference.
They got no kills, actually.
Well, you watched how my like 5 IVB guys swept them up, no problem. I'll tell you about.
This is not a recruitment ad for a regiment.
Discord.gg/warbrights.
Oh, okay, that's a plug.
Ah.
We did it there. I'll see it sometimes where Bus, First Delaware, will have his name just be discord.gg says like First Delaware or whatever it is. Which, honestly, might not be a bad way to recruit. I don't know how a new person would walk in and be like, why does he have a Discord link as his name? Who knows? But in the woods, you got Eagles Brigades and 2nd U.S. Sharps pushing up to the west side of the Sea Point a little bit, but Union's, they're getting close, but they're not pressuring. Maybe they're just trying to contain the CSA. Union hits
Big
engage.
flank coming in here on the this very far south. The Confederate artillery is going melee to
Oh my goodness.
attack the Union artillery. That's crazy.
I'm aiming at that.
Wait. Oh my god. I was like, what do you mean charging in? And then I finally saw it. This is... Honestly, can you blame them, though? I mean, their artillery is taken. I think Union's flipping over their guns as well, which is...
That's an insane flank.
You know...
Oh my god, Union is so oblivious. Salty, look to your right!
Do you know the, if you
your
roll...
right.
I saw it a couple War Brothers campaign, but if you roll a gun like a cannon, it's like little tail that spikes out on the back end of it, like in order to pick it up and rotate it. You know, I can hear you typing.
You all set here, Jake and Eden?
What? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm doing good.
Anyways,
I'm just...
you can flip
Fuck
over
that,
the
I gotta
cannons
get
with the
keyboard.
tail of the gun. You could stick it into the ammo caissons. Anyways,
Really?
yeah, and you can flip them over. I saw it during a War of Brothers. It was pretty epic,
That
actually.
is cool.
Here
I
comes
gotta
this
test
charge.
that. Oh my god.
Here we go, Artie v. Artie. Who's gonna win it?
Swords out. This is great. Oh, the Confederates have so many more officers. Salty's got to be good with these pistol shots on the officers, otherwise it's over. All officers down. Oh, Confederacy. They have 3 officers in that charge?
Yeah.
I think they did. Salty killed 2. There he goes. Confederacy takes the Union guns.
Can Union respawn on the
That
guns,
was
though?
crazy. No. That was crazy. Have you ever seen that?
Only a couple times, not a whole lot, but it happens every once in a while.
They went totally unspotted. I mean, that's just insane. Sorry, just talking to somebody in DMs.
So, CSA wins that. At least a couple of these artillery things were flipped over for the CSA side. Yeah, it looks like 2 caissons and 1 arty gun on the CSA things are flipped over. Which, if you...
That's cool. You can spike your own
Yeah,
guns.
they're doing it right now. 3rd Usha Code 0, he is trying to flip a caisson. He wasn't able to do it. Von Keinberg's using the arty to shoot CSA at sea. That's just a kind of a neat thing. It's neat to see arty do stuff like this.
I hope they don't patch that either, because it's... During the Civil War, that's what you would do. If you knew you were going to get overran, you would spike your own cannon so the enemy can't use it.
AMV's charging in the woods on
That's
Eagles
great.
Brigade. It's the ragdolls, the insane ragdolls they had too a couple of years ago. I wish they would have kept those in too.
Yeah.
Keep going left, boys.
You remember the max gore command? Did I ever tell you about that?
The what?
There used to be a console command you could type in called max gore. And it was client side, and anytime somebody would get shot, they would explode like they got hit by artillery. And it was just randomly removed one day on an update. That
So-
patch note. It was very sad.
They took ragdolling, they took the max
Took
score,
ragdolling,
they took snow
Max
away.
gore.
What are they gonna take away
know,
next?
bring
Our
back
Bugle
snow,
Boys. Seriously though, it's like some of these options that can make the game fun, albeit little things. It's like the zombie mode. Why can't we have that the rest of the year?
All-time zombie mode would be great.
Like, sure, you don't want people to overplay it, I guess, and then get bored of it when you release it for the temporary event. But you put, I don't know how much time they put into it, but with how intense of a mode it is, they obviously spent a lot of time on it. So,
Yeah.
and
It's
it's
like
like it's
CSA
only
pushing
events
out
are
of the
going to do
sequel.
that, I would think. Yeah, you gotta be in the CSA artillery going for Union Arty again. But CSA starting to push out from C. We are getting to a point almost to the 25-minute mark.
Oh yeah, Union took back. That's good.
I mean, they should. Oh, Midwest is being charged on CSA Arty. TKO going in. Last time we saw him duel last round, TKO won, but now TKO is attacking him like Midwest Brigade.
Brace, boys, brace.
Getting dicey in there.
Get in there.
These-
Yeah.
These should pull us out.
Yeah, they should hold the Arty. Got some little charging in the wood line as well. Union only has a couple guys there. They're going to get wiped by assume A and B.
Counterattack, yep. A&V knows. They know
A&V knows.
the enemy's weak.
You almost sound like you're a part of that
did.
regiment.
No. I mean, I guess I was.
What? With, what was it, 14th Brooklyn, Pixelated Apollos guys?
14th Brooklyn became 13th Alabama, and I left the day after they did that, but then 13th Alabama became A&V.
Interesting.
So, I suppose I was.
What is it? I forgot what it was called. See, Union Arty being charged. Like the transitive property or something like that. It's like a math thing.
Oh, I don't know. I don't do that math bullshit.
It's like if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C.
Ah, yes. Ooh. First Minnesota just got charged out by A&V.
You know,
Six.
oh my goodness, Union already shot a gun at the CSA already charging, and they get a kill there. Anyways, that might not be important. 25 minutes has been hit. Union's almost in taking losses. That's normally where you see them if one side gets the one capture point, but Union is going to capture A and B. And again, they have to play perfect the rest of this game because they're down over a morale stage at this point.
What's crazy, it just feels like the Union never showed up this match.
I mean,
They have our artillery?
I mean, it makes sense if Union, Union's really just kind of sat back, shot it out with the CSA. I mean, they've almost done a whole morale stage to them, which I wonder if, because what, you said it was 16 minutes, the decap?
That was my, like, random guess.
I mean, it's been 14 minutes since CSA first captured that A point, and Union's down about 2 stages, and since we've seen since we've seen the CSA lose about a whole stage, you would think CSA or Union may have lost a similar tickets to deaths, so
Yeah.
you're probably
Yeah,
on the
you're
ball with that.
God, I'm so fucking smart.
It was off by 2 minutes.
Boys up and over into this
That's why I'm the #1 Discord moderator.
So true.
So true. CSA getting aggressive again. I really
Oh,
like
they
this
have to.
aggression. They're just controlling the tempo of the game. But yeah, like I said, Union finally cat both points. Let's see if they can hold them here.
Mm-hmm. In the past, Union's main spawn's closer to the B point, but historically I've seen CSA have better success on the B point, mostly because they attack from the east to the west. However, we'll see from the north to the south. CSA has a lot of guys bonsaiing in, which is good for them for actually sticking together.
Yeah, and that's just what you got to do. They're about to smack down on this point.
And I like that the most of the CSA is not blobbing around the point. They're charging the Union. If you just sit up and blob up in the point, whether it be artillery or infantry, you're just going to be blobbed up, enemies spread out, they're going to shoot into you. Instead, charge them out and throw them out completely.
Too passive in this defense, too.
Yeah, Union has guys to the east. They need to start coming down. A lot of them are just,
Here comes
they're
the
now
second
starting to.
wave of Confederates. Moving down now.
Hey, don't shoot my
Ah.
friend. Stupid officer.
CSA is going to get the decap. Good start. You got Midwest, 2nd U.S. Sharps, kind of sitting back on the southeast side to the B point, shooting from a distance, which again, they need to charge in there.
Behind
Yeah, this is a thing of beauty. A big, beautiful flank, as they say.
Colt.
Oh, he missed
Colt
the
misses his first shot.
second.
His second shot.
Got the third.
It's his third.
Third time's the charm.
Hang on.
Gets the fourth. Nice, Colt.
No one's losing tickets right now.
Press T, press T.
Really good flank from EB.
Whoa.
Keep
Did you
CSA.
see Leifrick? He like sniped that flag, dude. Oh, and he got sniped.
That
He
was
just
a
went through like a sea of blue, picked up the flag and ran away. Nobody even saw him.
the true goat. You got one more guy built. Oh, he's dead. Anyways,
That was a
yeah,
great effort by the Confederacy, but just Union was able to piece together the defense finally.
yeah, and I mean, really
Here
huge
comes
flank from
TKO.
EB prevented that cap. That's definitely for
TKO
sure.
can exploit this.
They're
Union is
very outnumbered.
disorganized.
They're very outnumbered.
Union is very disorganized. They're just clumped around the point.
They're so outnumbered. TKO should just try to get the down CSA flags. There's 2 of them and get out.
Looks like that's what they're
Got one out.
kind of doing. Quasi doing.
Oh my goodness, someone was about to go pick up the other one and artillery killed him! No!
Is that Union?
No,
that
it's-
is Rev artillery.
Nah.
Union was not able to spike all the cannons. Or did they unspike them?
Well, they were using some of those guns shooting at the C point. Yeah, I don't think you can unspike a cannon.
Gotcha.
Like, would they, like, shoot the cannon to flip it over historically, or would they, like, actually, like, manhandle it and flip it over?
In real life, they wouldn't get flipped over.
They wouldn't?
There's no way for them to get flipped over now.
Oh.
The wood
Wait, what do you-
carriage would break.
What do you mean by spiking it, then?
Oh, like they take an actual spike and they
Yeah.
hammer it into the primer hole,
You guys want to take charge?
Oh.
and it either breaks off in the primer hole and it just like plugs it, or it breaks off the metal around the primer hole, so where you can't fit a primer in without it like exploding the cannon if you fire it.
Fascinating.
Yep.
That's
So it
just
doesn't
really-
it doesn't destroy the cannon, but it makes it to where you have to take it to a machine shop to have it repaired, pretty much. So it's great for like if you have to abandon a cannon on the run. You literally take a spike and a hammer, and you can disable a cannon. So
That would not be added in this game.
no, too many trolls, dude. It'd be cool because historically, absolutely was added all the time, and it's like, you know, it was kind of nice because it was a huge piece of shame in real life. If you ever lost a flag or if you ever lost a cannon, like that was a huge mark of shame to your regiment and your brigade. But if you were able to spike your cannon before you left, that was at least, you know, kind of a feel-good moment. You know, you fought till you got overran, and then you spiked your cannon.
Ah.
Here comes A&V and PA.
EB is charging the C
Big
point as
assault
well.
down this. I like this.
EB,
EB's got to react. They have way too many people. Like HB has got to get up there. Hell, Union's got a lot in the woods, kind of not doing their what's a good word I can use?
the Daily Wordle.
I forgot what it was already.
We're so back. Anyways, looks like Union is... Yeah, I agree. HB need to go up a lot sooner.
There you go.
They're now starting to go up. You do have some CSA going down on the point, though, and more CSA reinforcements running up the road, which is a similar thing, right? You wish HB for Union would have pushed up. You wish the CSA guys who are now charging in would have pushed up as well.
Might be a little late. What is EB doing?
They're trying to decap a C point.
They're pulling off now.
Union's in taking losses. CSA, I mean, half morale stage
Union's
has gotten
clawed
closer.
back. I mean,
CSA
Union was down by quite a bit.
They had the 2-point advantage. However, they lost the flag on the B point, and they're about to lose the B point. It's understandable to have, who's back here? IVB. I see some of their guys. 2nd U.S. Sharps, Midwest guys. You get why they're back here towards the 8 point.
Because EIB is doing the same thing from the round before.
Yeah, they're brilliant at that. The issue is, though, is that this big Union blob's in between 2 points, not really doing anything. They can't react quickly to either of the points. They need to keep a smaller group back at A, and the rest of them need to go up to B. This is a similar thing with the last round with Union keeping a lot of their guys by CSA artillery. Not necessarily necessary. Anyways, on the Schoolhouse Ridge point, you got 14 Tennessee for Union. It was going to die in a second, unfortunately. But Union need to play perfect, and right now it ain't looking like it. Oh no, Meat Cutter's head got blown off.
No.
Oh. Anyways, it is what it is. So, you know, I was going to ask you a question, and then I completely lost it.
Unlucky.
Yeah. I guess we just got to wrap it up. Southern Time made it out for 14 Tennessee.
Ask away.
Well, I don't know the question, so I can't ask away. I can talk about how I talked to Iowa marching band members in a Big Ten championship game about the Nebraska-Iowa game. Anyways, Union charging B. They should have been here earlier. They should have been here way earlier. I don't know. I don't know why they're moving up here now. But you get why they're moving up here. They're trying to take the B point. EIB gets the decap. Now Union's losing 2 flagpoles worth. EIB, you know, they have 5-6 guys. They're playing an unbelievably huge role this round, and props to them.
True. And last round too.
Yep, they've done it brilliant for CSA, regardless kind of the result of the round. Although CSA is going to strongly hold this because Midwest, 2nd U.S. Sharps, and I mean IBB, they have guys, but they're fighting against the whole CSA team. Meanwhile, C Point's getting a little dicey.
Yeah, C Point. It's finally a good push from the Union here. Going to be able to take this.
Do outnumber CSA again.
A little bit of toxicity going on in the voice chat. But
a lot of this game comes down to numbers. Do you like that they made it where you can't talk trash after 2 seconds when you die? For those of you who don't know, it used to be when you died, you could just keep yapping all day long. But they made it now to where if you die 2 seconds after, they cut you off.
I know so many people in this community that it's really fun to talk when I'm dead. It's really fun because I know the people who killed me, and they know me, you know, so it's kind of fun to shoot the shit over a dead corpse.
We'll try and
so I do wish they would have that. Is that Jimbo I just saw? No, Jimbo.
I will note, major charging here near C. You got SB pushing up. SB needs to send 3 guys to decap B. I don't know why they're all charging in. You get why they're all charging in. They're trying to back up the friendlies, but you can send 3 guys to decap because right now Union's kind of in a bad spot. But here they go. And anyways, Union's going to get C point. I assume they're potentially going to get A in a second, which, looking over there, they do have a group with the flag moving that way. So Union's going to get 2 flagpoles at a second. Union's starting to win on B. Actually, already shot here. I don't know who shot it. I hope CSA. They killed a good amount of Union, and actually CSA is going to be able to hold.
Union.
All right. You know, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Union artillery.
So, anyway.
Actually, I can tell you it was 3rd U.S. OSHA. Second Lieutenant G. Mooney.
Getting doxxed. Anyways, IBB gets the flag out near B. Good on them. But I will note, I was looking at it, but I didn't mention it. There was a CSA flag bearer who's running from the C point to the north-northeast out of bounds. And that's a good play. Never mentioned at this point, but if you lose a flag inbounds, right, 5-minute despawn timer. If you lose a flag out of bounds, it's a 20-second timer. There used to be a time in War of Rights where trolls would spawn as the flag and for either team run it out of bounds, and you could survive for 30 seconds out of bounds before you die. However, once you die, you die. If you have a flag, you drop it. And if you're 30 seconds out of bounds, there's no way someone can run out, get it, and run it back. So, it used to be a 5-minute despawn timer out of bounds, but they changed that. You know, that was one of the better changes as of late. I don't know how long ago that was. So, Union's going to get A, and Union's going to start that
like
ticket drain again.
3 years ago or something, Eagle.
Wow, time flies when you're having fun. Fun?
We're unk, bro.
We're OGs of War of Rights. You're more OG than me by like, what, 2 years? Or it has to be 3. When'd you get the game?
2019. So I'm not even
Seriously?
that OG compared to some people. Yeah.
Wow.
Let's go.
I remember watching General Cody in high school at like 2018, 2019, and I remember going on the War of Rights page trying to see their Kickstarter, and I saw their Kickstarter crowdfunding was done, and I'm like, I can't buy the game. I was so devastated. Me watching General Cody in my
I
seminar.
was scrolling through. I wish I found out about this game sooner because I would have got the like highest tier backer possible.
I don't know if that would have been a good idea.
I was scrolling. Maybe not the highest one possible, but I would have got like Brigadier General at least, like the $250 one.
Yeah, but you're not going to get the backer reward. Not that you would necessarily know that at that time, but it is.
Oh, I definitely, like 10 years from now, I'm going to get it, bro. But,
Yeah, if I...
Tell the company behind us to move.
yeah, I was scrolling through like
I got you.
iFunny in 2019,
No shot.
and I saw the infamous Yankee wallpaper meme. I don't know if you guys, it was just search War of Rights Yankee wallpaper, and I was like, holy shit! Somebody made a first-person shooter about the Civil War. And I searched up a YouTube video, found a pixelated Apollo video on it about the 14th Brooklyn doing an event, and I'm like, oh hell yeah! If I'm gonna play this game, I want to get the full benefit. So I joined the 14th Brooklyn, which was the biggest regiment in War of Rights at the time, before I even finished downloading the game on my computer, and it was great.
CSA is
Killer,
making a push to
just
C.
like big dick the B point. That was great. Killer killed like 6 people.
Oh yeah, there's charging on B, you got charging at C, a lot's going on. This is Conquest, my friends. You're not going to capture everything, but my goodness, you're going to see charging.
Damn. Union almost had him into a counterattack there.
They have to the point. Alright, to capture
Held on to
lead.
B there.
Ticket difference about 3/4 of a stage. Union engaged. Still some time left.
Union
CSA
might be able to take this B right here.
but are they going to be able to hold C?
Oh no, because
This map's too big. It's too big.
How are these Union skirmishers so oblivious on the A point? They
A point?
like, I can see the Confederates hiding in the bush.
Yeah, because you're spectating.
Well, yeah, but I'm also not an idiot. They're actually getting shot at.
Sharps, up here, shoot.
Oh,
CSA about to take their B point. Nice shot from CSA already. Got some Union guys there.
decap the A point as well.
C point's being fiercely defended by Union, though. CSA's trying to get a decap over there, though. Meanwhile, Union's bonsaiing
So
the B point.
close.
I mean,
So close for Union.
it looks really good for Union right now. They're about to take back the B point. Sure, they might lose that C point, but they've got a pretty strong presence here on the B point. I will note, there's been pretty good flag discipline from both sides tonight in both rounds. Which has been a good part. It's a lot better than pubs, that's for sure. Tier list. Now.
Fix your lines. You need to minimize the ticket losses. Fix your lines, please.
But,
Tier list.
no, my goodness, CSA already's hitting good shots on the point. I agree. Whoever yelled those cannons, man, you're exactly right. CSA kind of doing two-pronged charge at the B point. CSA do get that decap on the C point. No flags are capped. No shot. EIB got the decap again at A.
How has Union not adapted to them yet? They
Seriously,
did the same thing the last game.
it's you only have to keep 5 guys at the back point. If you kill all but 3 or all but 2, you're great. Union
EIB, you
hold the
guys are
B
doing
point.
great. It's like making me mad how good you guys are doing.
I know. I don't know what you think,
I
Collector,
know I
but
shouldn't.
I'm not too big of... Okay. It's nice to start a regiment, right? And start off small, obviously, in order to start something. It's going to be small sometimes, but I've seen so many small regiments fail. That's unfortunate.
Oh yeah. It is.
But they're doing great.
Now.
And it just thought in my head. Alright, CSA fully takes C. They get a wipe there. Union have not sent anyone back to the A point. CSA is going to hit breaking. It's now at this point, it's going to be a question: is Union going to hit last stand within our last 7 minutes?
Union artillery on the very far right is mounting.
What is the very far right?
The very far southwest. They're mounting a
Arty charge?
melee assault
No shot.
against EIB. Shot.
Can EIB cook
Really
some
not
more?
much.
Officer gets a kill. Here goes one more, and he's down. Great shot. EIB, honestly,
Like a dog.
EIB has been really good for CSA tonight. Really, real good.
Oh, absolutely.
So CSA is making a wide open push to the B point. They have the C point. They're about to get the B point. Union.
Done for Union.
Union's gonna hit last stand here, and it looks like CSA is gonna pull away with a win here. So, as of now, I don't see why I don't see why it should change.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm leading Discord, so.
No, I think Union just came out very lethargic, and CSA came out, just punched them everywhere, took advantage of them. Very slow to react Union, came away with the dub.
I mean, the Union had to play perfect with the strategy they did by holding back and not trying to take the C point at the beginning for the first, 20 minutes of the game, or 15, depending on how you ask. But at least till the 25-minute mark, they need to play perfect for the rest of the game and have the 2 other points. The thing is that they didn't, and it's almost nice to see. I know this isn't like a 300, 350 player server, but I'm almost starting to prefer the non-Steam chat events, because when we get to these 300, 350 player skirmishers, especially on skirmish, it's not that hard for the defenders, because they can defend the whole width of the map, and the attackers just have to bonsai charge and pray that it works. But when you have no Steam chat for the officers to instantly communicate with each other, people don't always know what's going on. They can't react as quickly. It's more quote-unquote historical, if you want to argue that, which you'd probably be right. But it's a lot. There's more mistakes, which can make matches more interesting and show who can really respond well. So I'm really preferring kind of these no Steam chat events. Also, I don't know how much yelling happens in a Steam chat. Collector, you would know a lot more than me. But we got a lot of charging here at B right
Depends on
now.
the Steam chat, you get a good Hood and Sevi Steam chat going. Might be a little loud.
CSA's encircling the B point. They got the true Anaconda plan on the point, and now they're charging in.
You guys are sneaky. You guys are sneaky.
Yeah, it's just a bloodbath.
CSA's going to win this. Union's going to hit last stand at this point. If they die, they can't respawn. And yeah, this is probably going to take another... Oh my goodness, Union already nice shot. Unfortunately, he's not going to change the outcome. Another good shot. Again, unfortunately, Union flags are still trying to fight on their own as if they could stab their opponent. Do you know if they did that historically with the flags?
Flag melee?
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't wait for it to be added.
It's never going to be added.
Your killer doesn't have his fucking hat on.
Anyways, Union hit last
Honestly,
stand.
looking kind of majestic.
Again, no respawns at this point. You do have a Union group at C. So, I mean, CSA is going to take a win here. Very good bounce back from the previous round. CSA very easily could have won the last round, but, it is what it is.
They locked in for the second map.
They did lock in. I think last round was more of an indictment. I mean, Union did questionable decisions last round, but that was more of an indictment on slow CSA play than poor Union play per se. This round,
It was like the opposite.
that beginning decision, yeah, it was more of a Union play decision.
And to be fair, like, with the CSA spawn being so much closer to that C point, did Union really even have much of a chance? They would have had to play perfect, like you said.
Right, it would have been very difficult to
Kinda,
take their C point. You can't blame them,
yeah.
but as a result, you have to play perfect the rest of the game. I remember Union on this map picking the B point, and when you just look at the B point, right, Union pushing up to the point right now, they're going through a wide open field. They're just having fun at this point, but they also have the snake fence a little to the south of the point that they can run down. But the issue is that whenever they try to go for the B point, CSA have the whole road snake fence, and they can spread out and shoot towards a very clumped up Union who's either trying to cap the point or on this snake fence who's very clumped up. It's this map, not very great for the Union, unfortunately.
No. Definitely a balance.
You would
That's kind of the way of war rights too. It's like this is one of the only competitive games where almost every map is biased. Kind of interesting to think about.
They need to, you know, they said they would fix the balance for a lot of the skirmish maps, which they honestly should have been doing the whole time. Like one update a month, slightly tweaking the ticket balance on each side so that all the maps, at least skirmish, are fair. Like, you don't need a War of Rights database to track every single round to realize if a map is super biased one way or another.
Well, they intentionally imbalance the maps to make them, to subtly push them to be historically accurate outcomes, or, you know,
Yeah, and I mean,
sense of morale, sense of scale.
I guess it makes sense because you're trying to replicate the actual Civil War. I mean, it makes sense. This is a pretty dang good immersion of a game. But the thing is that if things are so unbalanced to where people are going to know the result going in, there's almost like no point in playing it. I don't know, at least
There's several maps like that.
High Street is virtually banned in nearly most of the events I cover because it's so unfair to the Union side. It's like
Countercharge.
Yep. I mean, I don't see
Bloody
any.
Lane.
I rarely see Rivers Crossing. I haven't seen Maryland Heights in months.
Oh yeah, River Crossing. No.
But it's like these maps need to be more balanced because it needs to be more fun and competitive game overall. That's how you get people to stay, by having great rounds with great COs. And unfortunately, at least for a hot minute, that has not been the case. And obviously there's a lot more issues with this game just than that, but it's still a great game and I recommend nonetheless. However,
You should not buy this game.
yeah. I don't know what you think, Collector, but at least for me,
I'm gonna organize a review
the at least a lot of the people I've talked to are still here, not for the game, but for the community, which is a great thing and a terrible thing at the same time. Anyways, good win from CSA. Mentioned it already, Union had to play perfect, but nonetheless, CSA played well. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord and Clips channel. If you like the YouTube shorts, we took them off of this channel. We moved them over to a new channel. So look up Battleline Clips, or a link should be in the description. Anyways, I appreciate you all. I could not do this without you guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.
Discord.gg/IVB.